before we move into the conversation piece, the discussion led by IMI, Supernatural C, the hostess with the mostest, the reason why we're all even here on this Zoom. Do you have some art for us? Because if it's a song, let me know if it's a song.
She want a song so bad. Somebody give her
a
song. I'm about to write a song.
This is proving to be really emotional for me. I just want to cry the whole way through it because I just think for me as a mom, this is tough, man, because it's all I ever wanted to do. That's the truth. I feel like that's what I was born for. And that's why I work with young people. I love nurturing and I love looking after little children and vulnerable, helping people who are vulnerable, you know, and I just love hearing the love because it's so tough. There's no easy road as a parent, and I think if you are going around saying that, you don't get it, because like IMI said, every child is different, you know. That's why I always say to people, have more than one, because having two really showed me the difference in their characters. It's not all socialization. They are very different fundamental characters, and we are born with characters. You know, there are things that they were like when they were little bit, and they're still like it 18 and 17 years later. So I really value this conversation. It's a big deal because I think the world needs to be reminded about the importance of it and the challenge of it, and we need to support each other in the challenge of it, because I regularly question myself. I regularly go, was I too hard there? Was I too soft there? You know what I mean? There's days when they've gone at me and my younger one particularly, she's the one where we have an argument in the morning and she goes off to school, and then I'm crying all day and I'm phoning my friend like, this happened, and she comes home and she ain't even bothered no more, but I've been crying all day because I thought I'd done it wrong. And then I see her behaviour change for the better, and I'm like, I got it right. I cried all day because I thought I got it wrong, you know. Anyway, so the three of us were gonna do pregnant pause today, but because I had the challenge that I told you about, we lost our rehearsal time. So I'm going to read this, and if we get a chance, I'll try and do it outside and put it in an edit and put it on the channel. It would have been lovely to do, but it obviously wasn't supposed to be. So this is a little bit different, and it's kind of down the road of what I've been talking about, of just being aware of these devices and the technological advances, really. So it's from my book, Because. Can't see it. And it's called My Utes. Mind blown by audacious teenage gnomes. All of it apparently, none of it emphatically. I tell them from the heart. Sincerely, I start to break it down into parts, verses and chapters of all I've seen and all I've learned. My girls are great, yet boredom sometimes sets in their faces. I sense apathy, and this itself grates. Not the best of me when we get to this place. It's all there to search for, online portals, morsels and tidbits to bolster their genius. The arrogance of youth. Elevated from an information basis. Senior analyst, knowledge equates to status. So I tell them, my youths, keep your size correct in them boots. There is no equivalent to these here shoes. My youths, when you've toured a mile or maybe two, I'll be keen to hear your goings on and pour praise on your courageous truth. My youths is basically saying, you got to live a life, and because you see it on YouTube and you watch a few things, doesn't mean you know anything about it. So that's my youths.
That piece, it got me feeling like you were almost giving yourself a reality check when you wrote it, just putting yourself in that moment of what you've been doing so far and what it's come to, what's next, and even specifically when it comes to you raising daughters and these reflections of you, what they're now going to be, and every time that you want to make sure that you get it right, or whatever the it is and whatever right is, it sounds like you understand the importance of intention, just like how whatever level of spiritual inclination that we all have to know intention matters when you do something. So even when you're making these tough choices on what you should do in each given situation, the intention, it does count, even if it doesn't come out the right way, or even if you might have think that you didn't do the best thing possible. No, it was the best thing because you put that intention in it. You weren't just abruptly doing whatever. You didn't lack that self-awareness. You made the choice of the best action for your youngers based on the best that you could do, and the intention absolutely does matter. So that is what I even felt in the intentionality of this piece. Everything that you know you wanted to do best, it still reflects in some way, even if it's not the best way that you handle each moment of raising them. That intention, it still counts, and it powerfully counts because they know it's still based on love at the beginning, middle, and end of every sun and every moon.
Absolutely. And I think that where it's everything is balance, and you can only prepare so much, you know what I'm saying? And I think that what is dangerous when you're in an information rich environment is thinking that researching and gaining knowledge is going to replace the thing. And I have to battle that as an adult, as a 45-year-old adult. So it's like making sure that the younger generation as well are aware of that's not even your experience. So it doesn't matter what such and such did and what the outcome for them was, if that makes sense. It can be relevant. If I want to be a singer, for instance, you know, I watch all this stuff that's going on with some of the R&B artists at the moment, and I'm relieved that I didn't go into it at that age in the way I would have liked to. But then equally, I know that's them, that's not me. I could have had a totally different experience, you know. I still could have a totally different experience. I don't have to, just because you see something. And that's the danger with information, is that you research and you look and you go, if this happens, that happens. But no, because God is in everybody's individual journey. You're not them. Yeah,
that's true. Someone's over there going
I gotta
off.
jump on that one. I gotta jump on that like a grasshopper. Because let me tell you something. If that's not the truth of the truth, the thing, man, I'm so glad you said that. First of all, that's the bar that I actually like. Just because you've seen it on YouTube don't mean you know the thing. And that's that's so profound. That's such a truth. It's so easy to look at something, and you could go to school for something, read it in the textbook, and then go. It's totally different experientially than just like reading and researching and doing things that way. So I that's so funny that you said that. But what did you just now say? Just now, you just now said something. I wanted to, Sister Caroline. Dang.
Was it that God's got a different?
Yes. That. See, you already know. You know I was because listen. Because listen, everybody, this is a problem that people have. And including myself, sometimes at certain times I have to meditate on it. Every individual is their own individual, even as a parent to the child. Parents be feeling like, not every parent. I shouldn't have said it as a blanket statement. There's some parents who believe like the kid don't have no say. What I say is what it is. Like I asked my nephew, like, "Oh, do you want?" And his parent be like, why are you asking him? You just, and I'm just like, that's the problem. Why not? Like, why can't he have a voice? Like, he's his own individual the way I'm my own individual. Now, what's good for them and what keep them safe is different. But like what you said, God, we are all God particles. We are all God experience, and this experience individual, like he's experienced, or it, or the is experiencing through each and every one of us individually. What's meant for you is not going to be meant for me in every capacity. Maybe some things, no. Some things I might get hit with harder because they're from lessons that I need to learn that you may not have no type of. So like, even I'm now relating this to raising a kid, or raising anybody that you're raising. Just because you may want something, I may have wanted to be a doctor, or feel like I want to be a lawyer, or I grew my everybody is carpenters. That doesn't mean that this is the path that my kid has to walk or should be, or I have to train or do. Like every individual. So when you said that, like I felt that, because like I had that, not argument, but that conversation with Blue's mom. Like, listen, even though he's a child and you're the parent, he still is his own individual, and you're gonna shut down a lot of stuff for him early on that he's not gonna get to develop on, because you molded him the way you feel like you want to be, and that's not the case. So I just wanted to say that, but I do appreciate you said that.
Mm-hmm.
I have one thing to say. I do like that when she started talking about basically like how, like, you know, you look at something on YouTube and it's like, that's really nice to do. Like, let me try to do that, and not understanding if that's really your ability to do it. And I, like, me, Amara, and SuperNatural C had that. We were talking about that the last conversation we had, where it's like there's such an information overload on things, where it's like people aren't truly being, you know, them, because they're seeing it off of highlights on social media and stuff like that. They're following a trend rather than following who they are. And like branching off of that was powerful. And how Tone said, you know, when you're raising a kid, you know, there's obviously some regrets and things that you didn't do, and want to, you know, see it fulfilled, and you try to put that on your child. Like, that doesn't always work, because they could be totally opposite from you, how your personality is. Like, say I'm hands on, my child might be, you know, like naturally gifted in the word. Well, I'm naturally gifted in the word too, but like, I don't know, just something totally different. And it's like, you can't force it, you just gotta watch. Like, we're meant to be observers, watch and see how it flows, then put them where we see fit, and like, hear them out. You know, kids got a voice. You know, it might not, you want to feel like you got to control something. That's just a natural reaction is to control as a human. But you can't control, like, you can't force something that you can't control, basically. And that was just my piece on it.
Mm-hmm. People want to control everything outside of themselves, a vast majority of the people. So you either get a pet, or you have a child, or you go take an authoritative job, because those are all things that you can control easily outside of yourself. And that's not the way. And that says something about a lot of people when they can be observed. Do you have pets? Do you have children? What do you do for work? Because that'll tell me what you're doing in a large scale and how you're doing it within your own life. Do you want to control, or are you actually contributing to their well-being? Now this gets me more excited, honestly, to move into this discussion.